Hello, everyone. How you doing out there? It's Darren and Joe at Urban Hillsides Real Estate with another edition of Real Estate Reality, pre-recorded and by technology coming in from LA and Phoenix. So, how you doing out there, Darren?
Doing good. It's supposed to get up into the 80s today. I'm not ready for that weather yet, but
Yeah.
I,
Well, I
I'm
saw that.
leaving.
No, I was going to say I saw that window. It looks pretty out there. Looks very pretty.
It is nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite nice. It was in the 70s yesterday. It's supposed to get to the 90s just before we leave, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So,
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. Well, hopefully we'll get that soon. At least the 80s part.
80s, yeah.
Um, yeah. All right. Well, look, guys, we have hopefully. Now I'm just trying this out, so we're just experimenting all together. But Darren, we haven't talked about AI. I know everyone's talking about AI, but I tried a little AI for the show. Let's see if I can get it to work. Okay, so let's experiment with me, guys. Let's see if I can make this work. Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
No, not hearing anything.
Okay. Hold on, man. I knew there was something. Hold on here. Okay. Bear with me, boys. Okay. All right. It's very exciting, Darren. We're stepping into the future here.
I'm on
So,
pins and needles, man.
all right, man. All right. Let's give this a shot here. Well, I thought we were. Hold on. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, boys. Here we go. All right. You ready? Here we go.
Hillsides
Yeah,
brand.
yeah.
All opinions expressed by Urban Hillside.
Huh?
Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Avenue 8 under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Avenue 8. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only.
There you go.
All right. Now
What
I'm
do you think?
impressed.
What do you think? Right? That's pretty good.
Yes.
I intentionally picked out the Australian accent for its strangeness, but yeah, a multitude of things you can do. It is, I believe, Murph, MURF.ai. You can pick different voices, speed up, do the adjust the accent, adjust pronunciation, all sorts of stuff. And you just flip in the text and it spews it out and you can adjust as you go. So now I could have already just said it, but amazing, right?
We could change the accent every week. I mean, gosh, we can get crazy with this, man.
Oh, yes. So, all right. So that's the big reveal for today.
That could be a quiz. That could be a quiz, weekly, Joe. Which accent? If you could guess the right accent.
Well, gosh, I'm so excited. I'm trying to remember where we go next. I think we go off to our Mortgage News Daily report. Let me go ahead and change out here for a market snapshot. Okay. And, there it is. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. So, let's go in here. We'll look at the 30-year fixed, and we'll pump this up a little. 30-year fixed right now looks to be, 6.16 according to Mortgage News Daily. Dropping quite a bit from last week. 6.57 last week. And down the last 5 days. Nice. And let's see here. Let's go to the rest of the rates. Any comments from you? I have not been keeping up news-wise this week with it.
Well, look how the
6.1.
Yeah, the jumbo's pulling closer to the traditional 30-year fix now. So the jumbo
Mm-hmm.
last week was right at that 595, just below 6. So
Got it.
the 30-year fixed has come down, but not the jumbo. That's interesting. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's great. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's the direction we want them to move in.
Exactly. Okay. And there it is. The sentiment right now. The trend is minimal. So right in the middle. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're in a pretty tight range. Amazingly, yeah, the highest one is a 5-1 according to that chart. So much
Yeah.
higher than everything else. So
Yeah.
you're substantially better off getting a 30-year fixed than a 5-year fixed.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. We haven't had that news in a while. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And next we're going to run off to our subject. And our subject today is sellers on strike. Let me pull up the article. Let's see. All right. So this comes to us from Yahoo Finance, and it's an excerpt from a Fortune article, and it's entitled "Home Sellers Go on Strike." This is by Lance Lambert. So this is a beautiful map. How much inventory levels have shifted over the past 4 years? Changed between 2019 and March 2023. The U.S. housing market has entered into its peak annual spring season where buyers and sellers alike get serious about their moves. Only this year there's something off. Not a lot of homes are going up for sale. According to Realtor.com, see chart below, only 349,284 U.S. homes were listed for sale in March 2023. That's below the 437,270 listed in March 2022, a period which was infamous for its tight supply, and far below 478,100 listed in March 2019. What's going on? Well, sellers have sort of gone on strike. See, if someone is eager to sell their home right now in search of a new property, they'd likely be giving up their 2 or 3% mortgage rate, one of the biggest financial perks of the pandemic, for a 6% mortgage rate. The idea of getting a substantially larger monthly mortgage payment has a lot of would-be buyers opting to stay put. Cue fewer homes coming into the market. That said, this pullback in new listings isn't just felt on the supply side, it's also delivering a hit to the demand side. See, if a particular homeowner decides to hold off on trading up properties, it means there is one fewer home going on the market and one fewer buyer hitting the market. To better understand the nuances of the spring 2023 market, let's take a closer look at the latest data. And then it's view this interactive chart on Fortune. The best way to describe the housing market over the past year is a fight between tight supply and deteriorated affordability. So do buyers or sellers have the upper hand? Unlike the new listing total, i.e. the number of homes going on the market in a given month, the active listing total, i.e. total inventory on the market, is a better indicator for the balance in a market at any given time. At first glance, it might be easy to assume that active listings inventory is simply a measurement of supply. However, it's also very much a measurement of demand. See, if buyers pull back and homes sit on the market longer, that can increase inventory levels, currently up 59.9% on a year-over-year basis, even if new listings, currently down 20.1% on year-over-year basis, decline. What's active listings inventory telling us right now? The fact that active listings inventory continued to decline through March suggests that sellers are once again gaining power over buyers, at least relative to the second half of 2022, when inventory was on a somewhat speedy uptick. While inventory has slipped a bit through the first few months of 2023, it does remain well above the historically tight levels hit in spring 2022. Among the 400 largest markets tracked by Realtor.com, 364 markets saw inventory, i.e. active listings, jump between March 2022 and March 2023. Nationally, total active listings inventory spiked 59.9% from 351,846 in March 2022 to active listings in March 2023. I think they left a number out there. In places where inventory spiked the most, in particular overheated markets like Austin, up 312% over the past year, and Nashville, up 253%, that shift of power has been dramatic. While buyers have seen an increase in power relative to the frenzied spring 2022 market, it doesn't mean we've shifted into a buyer's market. One of the reasons being, after all, this inventory jump hasn't taken us back to a balanced market. In fact, we're far below pre-pandemic inventory levels. The 562,565 active listings on Realtor.com in March 2023 were 49.5% below the 1.1 million active listings in March 2019. Wow. In theory, a market with inventory above pre-pandemic levels has seen the power dynamic shift dramatically in buyers' favor. Markets with inventory levels far below pre-pandemic levels, on the other hand, have seen less of a dramatic shift. The searchable chart below provides active listings inventory data for the nation's 400 largest housing markets. Among the 400 largest housing markets, just 14 are back to pre-pandemic, i.e. 2019 inventory levels. That includes overheated markets like Idaho Falls, Logan, Utah. Meanwhile, 386 major markets are still below 2019 inventory levels. So there you go. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think it's following the trend that I always remember being a realtor 15 years ago when the last real big market shift happened, and that is that the markets that moved up the highest amount most recently, the markets that had the biggest shift, are the ones that have the first pullback. And those markets that they're discussing, the overheated markets as they're defining them, have taken off so much that there are sellers just sitting there going, "Oh, how can I not sell my house? It's doubled in value in 2 years." Again, I don't know where they're going to go. Maybe they have a destination in place. But that's kind of why those markets go through a quicker shift, and inventory may increase there first.
I think the other term that I've heard about some of these outlying markets is Zoom cities. So these are places where people have left because of the pre-pandemic, because they saw affordability. But here we are.
Yeah, and they blew up because of that. That was a big part of why somebody would come in and accept that. And we talk about, it doesn't take much. It could be in our case, being in the markets that we serve, we can see the influx of people coming from higher priced markets. And for us, that can mean West Side to East Side, or it can mean San Francisco, New York to LA. And in both cases, people come into our market and they're like, wow, this is a great price, great properties. And that happens with all kinds of shifts. And the Zoom shift, as you identified it, was one of those shifts. So what happens when things cool down a bit? There might not be as much of that transitional moving going on. People tend to stabilize a little more. So does that affect the overall market and overall stability? Time will tell. But usually those markets are early indicators of some stabilizing or shifting components, and that is happening. But as the article says, inventory and interest rates, we just looked at the interest rates again, they're coming down. Usually a move like that can show itself in the daily market with sellers having a little more power. Buyers jump back in and have a little more buying power, and there's more competition on the buy side now. So again, stabilizing is the overall goal of rates, and then the market will reveal what it's going to reveal and find its path, rather than the volatility of the fluctuating rates that we keep seeing.
Okay. Well, that was a good article. Well explained. All right. Well, we are going to move off now to our solds, and we start that with a view of the Northeast LA market in the last 7 days. Let me share my screen. Okay. And, the total, I believe, gosh, man, I forgot my numbers. What is this? 9, 10, 16. 16 solds in the last 7 days. Some of the numbers that we look at as we gauge the market Days on market here, the last 7 days was 16 and a half, slightly up from the 14 that's usual. We've started looking at pendings. We can see pendings here, 21. Last week it was 21. Week before that, 23. So slight uptick. The last 3 weeks before that, 15, 11, and 20. And then in terms of prices, the median price was 4% over the list prices. So again, an indication still of competitive market and a seller's market. So let's any comments over the last 7 days, Darren, or those numbers?
Well, just that what you're identifying, and I love that you're showing the multiple week history, because that's really about identifying the trends. We do need to start seeing pendings increase and solds increase, because actives have been increasing for the last 6 weeks, I would say. Every week
Yeah.
they're bumping up a little, as they should, as they normally do at this time of year. So that's a normal trend. And there will be lagging solds. So the solds we've been seeing, you can single digits. We do need to be
Right.
seeing double digits, or it would be an indication that there is a shift in the market going on. So,
Yeah.
so this bumping up to 16 is a good move.
Yeah. I started trying to look, I'm just looking now, in terms of trends, if we looked at the last 7 days solds, I said 16, but prior to that, it was 26, 28, and 37. So it's dramatically gone down. But again, we do have that 30-day lag, and rates and the economy were pretty wild. So, and then if we look at actives, let's see here.
I think those were active numbers, maybe, Joe.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm looking at actives now.
Yeah.
So the trend of
those have been
actives has gone
moving
down.
up. Right.
Yeah. I need to look at solds.
So yeah, they were
All
single
right.
digits.
Yeah. Yeah. It was low. It was low. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move into some of the details now. Let me get set up here. Okay. Let's see. So, oh, here we are. So we're going to go off to 2655 Aberdeen Avenue. This started at a list price of $2,200,000. It landed $375,000 over to land at $2,575,000. Let me see if I can punch it up. That's 117% of its list price. 8 days on the market. And let's see here. Let's see. All right, there we go. So 2655 Aberdeen Avenue, that's 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 2,351 square feet of living space. Sold at $2,575,000. This is Los Feliz. 6,700 square foot lot. 8 days on the market. This was brought to us by Atsuko Kimoto as the listing agent. And on the buy side, Richard Michalovsky and Tracy Doe. My comments on this one were kind of minimal. What did I put here? I put all about the area. It's very close to Griffith Park in the hills there. Definitely looks like there's going to be some upgrades. It's fully move-in ready, but yeah, the small yard, nothing spectacular. Not even a view up there. So
It's a flat yard. It's a usable space. That could be a
flat,
premium in those areas.
for some. You're
often
right.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Views are often desirable, but there are some people that want to be in those areas that want flat. Single story. Like you said, there's no high design going on there. It is move-in ready, but there could definitely be value added with some upgrades and improvements over time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, area
Okay.
and square footage. That's what this comes
Yeah.
down to, and probably
Yeah.
flat for the right buyer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look. All right. So the next one, let's see, we're going to move to is 2536 Armstrong Avenue. This started at 2,195,000, landed at 2,525,000 for a $330,000 increase, 115% of list price, 6 days on the market. Wow. And in a weird way, when I looked at this, Darren, I thought, wow, is this a good deal? I think it might have been. Let's take a look. So this is 2536 Armstrong Avenue. This is Silver Lake. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,995 square feet of living space. Sold for $2,525,000. 6,800 square foot lot. 6 days on the market. And this was brought to us by Rhonda Doyle, Tracy Doe. And on the buy side, Natalie Stern Traben. So, what did I put here for some notes? Let's see. I said, absolutely top-end Silver Lake character, home, by the lake. Thought it was underpriced on the list price. So that may have definitely driven it up a bit. But what do you think?
Yeah, I would say this is all about charm, character, absolutely as you defined it. Good neighborhood, and somebody's just emotionally attached to this space and connected with it. It's obviously not the square footage that's driving
Yeah.
the price. So yeah, I mean, $2.5 million for a 1,200 square foot house is it's a good amount. It better be charming and like top
Yeah.
notch.
Yeah. Oh, and just correct. Yeah, it's almost 2,000. But yeah,
It makes sense.
somebody
It looks bigger than that.
somebody fell in love for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Then in that case, that is in line. 2,000 square
Uh-huh.
feet. That all makes sense. Super charming.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
cool.
All right. The next one we're going to look at is, I believe this is Glassell Park. So this is 4227 Verdugo View.
Mm-hmm.
Drive.
Oh, no.
Started at, is it?
Mount
Mount
Washington.
Washington. Yeah.
Russell, yeah.
This started at 1,089,000, landed at 1,270,500 for a $181,500 increase. 117% of its list price, 14 days on the market. Let's take a look. 4227 Verdugo View Drive, Glassell Park, it's saying. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,185 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,270,500. 4,900 square foot lot. 14 days on the market. And brought to us by, two different agents. Jody Dayton, Tracy Doe. On the buy side, Andrea Dunlap and Jennifer Lezak out of San Diego. So yeah, this didn't scream at me. I wrote down nicely flipped house. Nothing amazing, but clean, good price. Again, listed too low, I thought.
Yeah, it's a pretty common trend. Obviously, we've had multiple from the same agent, and they're all selling well over because they're priced too low. So, but this area is interesting. This area does appeal to. There's a certain group that this area appeals to. It feels a little suburban in this pocket of Mount Washington, but yet it's got architecture and it's rolling hills rather than steep cliffs, and I can see the appeal of this place. It's new. It's right on that mix of suburban urban. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
All right. So now we'll move to, at least by the numbers, we call buyer wins. And and there were some interesting ones. Let's see. So we're going to go to 2837 Silver Street. Let me get there. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. So it started at a price of $961,250 and landed at $915,000 for a $46,250 reduction and 95% of its list price. 55 days on the market. And let's see. 2837 Silver Street. This is Cypress Park, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,434 square feet. A living space, 5,500 square foot lot, and 55 days on the market. Brought to us by Nancy Sanborn on the listing side and Brian Joy. And on the buy side, Alyssa Vanzel. And just a note I made, Darren, it is or was a probate. So,
Sure. Yeah, Nancy Sanborn, the probate agent.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously wasn't staged because if you do the virtual staging, then it's pulled out of the rooms, and it's always harder to attach emotionally. It's probably the biggest thing. Staging shows you how to live. It shows you, it overcomes some irregularities and or flaws because you can kind of program that into how you want people to receive the space. So,
Well,
it's what
okay.
they're willing to take the time to do it in photos, but when you get there in person, it has a different vibe.
Well, and that's okay. So that was my question. So, I put here probate, good price. Obviously, it's a project. And I just wrote digital staging, good or bad. In just what you said, that's how I was thinking about it. It's like, okay, well, by taking it away and then showing the empty space, are you almost revealing more of its flaws? And because you've covered it over, does it help you? I don't know. Maybe it obviously it help it helps you kind of vision it, if you're a buyer, I guess. But it almost accentuates the flaws in some way.
Well, it's right. It's an element that we process and deal with this on a property by property basis, but you don't want to get people overly excited, or you don't want them to show up and be disappointed in the space when they arrive. Your marketing materials, you want them to get there. So that has to look good. But when they show up, the most common one is, wide angle photography, which is not complicated these days. It used to be. So showing up and they're like, oh, this place looked a lot bigger in the photos. We're actually very aware of that. We're trying not to do that. We're trying to actually capture the way it feels in person. So that's what digital staging can do. It might get you there, but then you might go, oh, this is disappointing when I get here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next one. This is 3734 San Rafael. Let's get over there. This started at $1,600,000, landed at $1,550,000 for a $50,000 reduction, 97% of its list price, 28 days on the market. Still trying to get there. Hold on. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Okay, 3734 San Rafael Avenue. This is Mount Washington. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,689 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,550,000. 14,351 square foot lot. Days on the market 28. And this was brought to us by Grace Gerlain. And on the buy side, Anselm Clinard and Kurt Wisner. And as you can see, another project. Oh, this was cash offers only due to the condition. So that separated some people out.
Yeah, great neighborhood. Yes, a project. Hard to get a cash offer deal sold these days without taking a discount. So not
Hmm.
surprised. There is not as much competition in that fixer realm as there's been in the
Right.
past. Some of that has definitely faded off.
Yeah. You know, the other thing I noted is it's not too far. It's a short walk to Elleria Park, which is nice. So
Hmm.
I think a lot of potential here for sure. We'll see what it looks like later.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then our final one is, let's see here. We're going to go to 3041 Windsor Avenue. Let me get over there. So this started at $2,388,888. Landed at $2,300,000 for an $88,888 discount. 96% of its list price. 57 days on the market. Let's see. And I actually saw this with one of our clients. Let's see. It was with Matt. Let's see. Okay. So this was a pretty in-depth flip. Let's go through the numbers real quick. 3041 Windsor Avenue. This is Silver Lake. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,096 square feet of living space. $2,300,000 final price. 7,500 square foot lot. 57 days on the market. And this was brought to us by Michelle St. Clair. And on the buy side, Joseph Corallo is also on the listing side. G. Kim was the buyer's agent. So I think that might have been why there were so many 8s there. But yeah, you know the street, you know this area. It's a good area, right, Darren?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a good spot. Nice flip. Michelle Sinclair usually, I think she's an agent that does flipping herself, or is deeply tied to a specific flipper.
Mm-hmm.
So and they do good work.
Yeah.
So probably showed well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was definitely, there was not a big lot that may have dinged it a bit, or a big yard in the back, but it was certainly that's the backyard, basically, right there. Concrete.
so a lot of house. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of house. But, again, between the kitchen, the living room, and out to the patio, a very nice space to entertain people. So
Cool.
that's great. All right. We will move on now to, let's see here. Actives. Let's go to actives. Bear with. Okay. All right. So these are new listings in the last 7 days that Darren feels are noteworthy. I know you have 3. What's the first one?
I do. 4946 Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. That looks nice.
And this is a value pick in Highland Park.
Okay.
I'll let you
4946
run.
Baltimore. Yeah, 4946 Baltimore Street. This is Highland Park, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 780 square feet of living space for a great price, $799,000. Open houses are, let's see, today, 11 to 2, and then Sunday, 2 to 5. Is that Sunday? Let's see. Saturday, I'm sorry, 2 to 5. So yeah, what do you think of this, man?
Yeah, it's the typical Northeast, smaller 2-bedroom home. That is just, shows really well, is really comfortable, has good energy, and it's a character home. So it's right there. I think it's very well priced. I think it'll probably go up. But yeah, 3 model. It's a good value. Yep.
Well, this is brought to us by Hannah Asboy and Tracy Doe. So, yeah, it'll probably get to
Right.
nines.
The
Probably.
pattern. Yep.
All right. Very nice view out from the kitchen. Very nice. Somebody will pay for that. Okay. What's another one you have out there?
2815 Griffith Park Avenue.
Let's see here. Do I know this one? No. Okay. Is this another value pick? Oh, this one. Got it. 2815 Griffith Park Boulevard. This is Los Feliz. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,816 square feet of living space for $1,715,000. This is on an 8,500 square foot lot. And we have opens, let's see, 4/11. That is Tuesday, 11 to 2. And then 4/15, which is Saturday, 1 to 4. And let's see, this is brought to us by Glenn Shellhamer and David Clark. So congrats to them.
So it seems appropriately priced to me for the neighborhood. Certainly the square footage is a good size.
Yeah.
Ironically, you know what I think about when I see this property? I think about the design trends that are changing.
Yeah. Well, do you remember seeing this when it sold before?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so yeah, how's it changed? It's been whatever, 4 years, maybe 5 years.
I don't remember
Maybe
a lot of
longer.
the details.
Maybe even
Yeah,
longer.
yeah. So, but it's just got, you know, those floors, those gray tone floors are like going out of style. Some of certainly the finishes on the backsplash and even the white and black on the cabinets, and like some of those things are starting to, amazingly, it's time to start removing some of those items on some remodels to make it feel more hip and more connected. And that matters in these spaces at this price point. So I'm not saying this won't sell, but it feels a little dated to me. Is the first thought I have. It feels, you know, a little 2010s. So.
Well, I have to say, my memory of this was I didn't like it when they flipped it before. It already looked kind of corny in Orange County. I think that
definitely has an OC feel. Yep.
Right? It just stuck out like a sore thumb in the neighborhood. It didn't look good at all. Obviously, they sold it. But yeah, right. This is a case where the staging really helps somebody try to get over, like you're saying, some of these finishes and materials that are dated.
Right. And what are we not seeing? What we're seeing in the really good finishing ones is, and I mean, we're seeing the wood. It's not enough though. The natural woods and the lighter tones, and that's really the direction so many things are going. The softer patterns, the fabric. There's not enough of it to overcome like the dominance of the gray floors and the choices and hard materials inside. It's overwhelming to me. That's what's standing out to me.
Yep. I think one of the things that they did too is, at least, and I don't know if it was much better, but they did change the color of the exterior. It was more of a drab, like gray, brown, mixed. It's a little better, not much better, but a little better. So
got it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get out of here real quick. Okay. Well, look, man, just have a great time. I know you're taking a couple days off. You're going to go to a basketball game tonight. So, yeah, have fun. Have fun. And, guys, we do have some opens this weekend. We have our 2238 Griffin Avenue. It's a historic house with income, 2 units in the back, Sunday 2 to 5. And then we also have 944 North Benton Way, really nice small lot development home in Silver Lake, both Saturday and Sunday 2 to 5. So hope to see you there. Drop by, say hi at least. All right. Have a great one. Have a good week.
Bye.
See ya. missing my cue here, man. There we go.